here from like Don Hills. We're really underground right now. We're with Queen V. What's up, baby?
What's up, man? How's it going?
I mean, you were asking me 2 seconds ago why I came here. I heard Queen V was playing. I heard there were a couple of badass fashion shows going on. So I said, Horns Are Brock's gonna be here because we represent music, fashion, and culture. That's what I told you before. Because there's nothing better than representing who you are and doing it wholeheartedly.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
And your set was fucking awesome. That was like the finishing highlight, like the little like color that was missing. And that was awesome because I mean I heard of you because you got a little like presence going on in your underground music scene, which is awesome because you're doing it from your heart. And it was cool to see you for the first time tonight.
Thanks, man. This Take Back New York party, we've been doing it for a couple years now, and me and the boys here, me and Nikki and the guys, we like to play a lot of rock anthems, which you heard tonight. We do some Queen, we do a little Who, even some Go-Go's and Kim Wilde, all kinds of crazy shit. But we also got to play one of my songs, Revolution Baby. I don't know if you're familiar or not, but it's good to see the people of New York City coming out and supporting not only live music and the party, but just the spirit of what the city is really all about, and that's people and that's heart.
And people like you and I are not sleeping on it, but unfortunately there are people out there, and that's what we're trying to influence right now, people who might be watching this, who will be like maybe sleeping on it a little bit. And I know people like you and I, we don't sleep on this because it's what we live, we breathe for. Because if you sleep on it, then it's going to go away, and you're going to be like, oh, what happened to it? It's like you slept on it. Exactly,
and that's why this event is called Take Back New York, and we do it once a month. It's always the 4th Thursday of every month. And it's growing and growing. It was a great crowd tonight, and I know you guys were having a good time.
We're partying hard, and everybody here, I see everybody, and I'm kind of buzzed, but I'm like, oh, you were more fucked up than I am. You're more fucked than I am. That's always a good night. That's when you know it's a good night.
It's always a good thing when you realize you're not the most trashed person at the party. That's always good.
We're hanging out before, and this girl is like puking us out of her car or whatever. I'm like, I would have met at home. I would have met it. He's like, no, I would have met to the corner.
The real test, though, is in about an hour and 45 minutes, the lights of Don Hills will come up, like all the regular lights when the bar is closed, and then you really see who the stragglers are, the people under the couches and like crawling under the bar. And but that's all right. That's what a good rock party's all about. Sometimes you just gotta go there,
And growing up, what were you listening to?
Anything that was on the radio. My brothers also really schooled me older brothers, as far as classic rock. I mean, I learned all about, Queen and Beatles and Tom Petty and like all that stuff. And then I got a little older and I went to my first Metallica show and I was scared shitless. I was like, holy shit, man. And became a metal fan also. But I've always loved all kinds of music. I started on piano when I was a little kid and picked up guitar and all the good shit, stuff from the heart, good songs, good groove,
And that's how it is for the most part for all of us. Like, I think there's like 2 different kinds of like, let's say, quote unquote metalheads. The ones that are like very like short, closed minded to like one particular genre, and they're like, oh, if it doesn't headbang, it's no good. And then people like you and I who are like, before you listen to metal, you're listening to like the Beatles, Led Zeppelin. Right. I mean, who can ever ignore Jimi Hendrix or AC/DC? I mean, and it's a little sad right now because we're seeing like a decline in music because those dudes are getting old. They're gonna have to retire, and then it's gonna be like, there are a lot of bands, which is good, but it's also like it's very hard to pinpoint who's gonna be that next like flag holder for the rock and roll scene.
That's a really good point. And actually, I've been really lucky to work with some of the musicians in the old guard. People like Lemmy from Motorhead or Tom Morello or Vernon Reid. And these guys will come in the studio with me and come play on my album just because they believe. And it's such an amazing feeling. I can't even tell you. When the old guard passes it to the new guard, it's like the new people carrying it on. The young people just trying to take music to the next level. It's that thing that you learned growing up. It was instilled in you. You make great music, make it as great as you can. Practice hard, do all that shit. Sleep in the van for a week. But it's also about that feeling and that spirit. And whether you're on a little stage or you're playing in a stadium, it's all the same thing, man. It's about people coming together. And as far as metal goes, let me tell you, I've learned a lot about metal from some of my older rock and roll brothers, who you wouldn't think are exactly metalheads, but metal has a way of just adding that intensity into it. And you'll find it in my music too. I mean, there are definitely some songs like Die For You, which is just, it's like an old, like we listened to a lot of Motorhead for a couple years, and then we started writing "Die for You" and "Ecstasy" and all these songs. It just comes out of you. So it's good fun, but it's spirit more than anything else.
And regardless of what the note sounds like, it's all about the spirit, the soul, keeping it real. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes down to this, like, you and I just met, but I know, like, when I see you next time, we're going to be drinking a beer. You're drinking your Stella right now. It's like, I mean, like, sometimes you, like, see people, like, out and about, and you're like, I don't know your name, but, like, yo, you rock, because we were rocking at a show together.
Exactly. And what's cool about this party here, this Take Back New York party, is that people come back month after month. I mean, we got, Randy Jones, a cowboy from the Village People, who's upstairs. Dean Winters, the guy, amazing actor from Oz and 30 Rock, and like these people come back, and it's a spirit, and a lot of like friends and regulars, and it becomes like a community of people just wanting to get together and celebrate and like, look, I got one night a month to go out and lose my shit, and then they freak out and have a good time, and that's why we play the rock anthems, because it's songs we can all relate to, that we all know, and just get together and have a good time for one night a month,
That's awesome it up. If you haven't been at one of these like amazing lady nights, I mean, you have to. Queen V is gonna be represented for a long time. Give a little, like, where can people hear from you?
You can go to queenv.com. We're on reverbnation.com, MySpace, Facebook. I mean, we're everywhere. You can go to iTunes, but we're playing next Thursday at Highline Ballroom for the Gotham Rock Showcase, which is a lot of like local bands, but we're playing. It's a great room, July 29th, Highline Ballroom. But otherwise, queenv.com. Go check it out.
And with that said, Gotham Bronx, word to like CT, because that's one of our brothers, like supporting, holding it down. And I'll see you like on Thursday.
So I'll see you on Thursday.
Of course, absolutely.
Love it, man.
This is the first of many. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
He's always representing like the good talent like Queen V.
That's right. Thank you, babe.